for coming in late. Honestly, I don't even have any excuse for really coming. Oh yeah, I was doing some work and then I just was a bit tired. I think I'm just like my body is just like maybe maybe I will attribute it to Zoba. How are you? Garba Life, welcome Zoba. Yeah, there is. I think somehow I just got so tired, especially with the whole, news coming out of Kenya and what is happening. And it just takes me back to that 2020, October 2020, NSAS protest and everything. And so my mind is just, I'm just like a bit down, especially, as of this evening when I read that the Kenyan government was deploying military against the protesters. So that I would say has just been it. So welcome everyone, and apologies for starting this uh today's meeting quite late. I was just explaining that uh since since this afternoon, was it this evening, when I saw that whole Kenyan government, deploying military to come and join in quelling the protests that are going on, I have just been a bit sort of like uh lethargic. Let me put it that way. I've been a bit lethargic. It just took me back to a dark place, thinking about NSAS and all of that. So apologies for coming on late. So okay, let's get started. And I'm so glad that Zoba is here to hold me accountable. And I did see her message. She said, no business talk today. Well, we are having that business talk. As you're here, please you know, kindly go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I know it's always a problem getting people to like the video, so I'll just leave that. Go ahead to like, to share, and subscribe, especially sharing. Even if you don't want to share the live, maybe after, you can even download some parts of the video and just share it. For me, the most important thing is that let the message get to a lot of people. Let people be able to learn from it, and that's why, for me, like, I see a lot of people who like on on my channel, the videos that I do, they just take it, put it in their own channel, and sometimes they even get a whole lot more views than I do and all of that. But I just look at it, hey, the message is being passed, and that's what is most important. Today, the conversation for today is going to be on mindset. So hope you are not too distracted by the background. I'm having to do it in a different room from where I would normally do it. In the other place, there's a bit of noise going on. It might distract us. So I decided, to come here. Please, let's keep the conversation going. Just say something. Tell us your name, where you're watching us from. Tell us about maybe what you've listened to yesterday. Anything. Let's just get the conversation going. I see there are 38 people that have joined, but I've not seen any message other than the ones that were sent in earlier. Garba Life, welcome. One of the messages sent in earlier, he says this is first time here. For those of you who are just coming for the first time today, this is Let's Do Business with Aisha Yesufu, where we talk about business. It's basically, to help you start a new business or improve on an existing business with the aim of attaining financial independence. Ola Samse Olumide, good evening to you. And if I may ask, where are you watching us from? Yeah, okay, I hope I didn't do what I'm not supposed to do. Okay, it's watching from Lagos, Last Gidi. Well done. Ekoni Baje. Did I get that right? They're always telling me that I don't know how to pronounce that very well. The Genius Hub, first time here. Good evening and welcome. So we do this every day at 9 p.m. On days that I will not be able to join, I do usually say it. Like tomorrow, there will be no business talk tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to be on transit all throughout till next tomorrow. So I will start traveling tomorrow in the morning all the way till next tomorrow. I'm going to be on transit. I will not be able to do it. But other than that, on a normal day, we do it 9 p.m. Nigerian time, which is the same thing as West African time. And West African time, Nigerian time is GMT plus one. Just look at what GMT is plus one. So that's 9 p.m. On Sundays, we do book review, and the book that we are currently reviewing is The Richest Man in Babylon. Please, if you are interested in understanding how money works, if you're interested in knowing financial literacy, if you're interested in working towards your financial independence, please get that book, The Richest Man in Babylon, and just read it. Every week we'll be reviewing chapter by chapter. We started last week by review. We've reviewed chapter 1, and so next on Sunday, this coming Sunday, we will also be reviewing the second chapter. So please get that book also. Moses Chukwu, good evening to you. Agbese Ochima, good evening to you too. The way I saw Agbese, I thought you were writing Agbede, because that's the name of my village. But this is Agbese. Agbese Ochima from Borno State. Okay, from the people of Maiduguri, Kanuri, Shua, Arab, Chibok, and all of that. It's a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much. Wanchuku Ogbonna, I greet you, he says, and I also greet you. And so this is Let's Do Business with Aisha Yesufu. In the meantime, like I did inform us yesterday, I said I've started a new channel called Ovevekuve TV. For those of you who are always asking, what's the meaning of that Ovevekuve? A lot of people are interested in those Ovevekuve. Ovevekuve, it's a Nigerian, it's an Esako phrase, like an exclamation of when something extraordinary has happened, when something crazy has happened, when something evil has happened. It's just something that expresses extreme. So it could be whether in relation to sadness, fear, excitement, and all of that. We just go all very cool. Asimata don't cast, yawa don't gas, it don't happen, those kind of things. That's Ovevekuve. And there are so many Ovevekuve conversations that I usually don't do on my channel here, because somehow my channel is a bit stiff and serious, governance, politics, and all of that. But so Ovevekuve channel is a place where we will go on and just discuss about the different crazy things. Like I uploaded a video some time ago, and I was just talking about the Lagos Igbo hangout. Oh man, the Igbos in Lagos turned up and showed up, and they ate it up, all up, and it was on period. I have Gen Z children, so I'm always learning the Gen Z terms and terminology also. So that was on period. So if you also would like to, you can kindly also subscribe to that particular channel and be able to see all the Ovevekuve videos that will be dropping as we go on. And I'm going to put the link in here now to the Ovevekuve to the Ovevekuve TV, so that those who would like to join will also be able to join. We will soon be starting, like I said earlier, today we're going to be talking about mindset. And if you can join, anyone can just go ahead, just type and tell us, what do you understand by when they talk about mindset? What does mindset mean to you? So I've just put in the link. The link is there, and I've also pinned it. So that's it. Tony Alade said, when something unbelievable or something funny is happening. Yes, absolutely. That's when we use Ovevekuve. You can actually use it in different this thing. When it's funny, hey, Ovevekuve. when it's crazy. Hey, oh, very cool, amen. So there are always different expressions. Like I was saying to people, and it's not just a word that you just say of very cool. It comes with a lot of body language, body this thing, and also and a whole lot of it's an expressive emotion. It's loud, it's out there. Hey, oh, very cool. Anyway, Ozidigi Pro, I say me self one as, and we have someone here from Zambia. Good evening to you. Milinga or Wilinga Ngadu or Gadu. Which one is silent? Is I know Milinga or is it Wilinga? Sometimes they will say one thing or the other is silent. Apologies if I have not pronounced your name very well. Paul Promise, thank you so much. Abhishek Gudempali, welcome and thank you for your kind words. Moses Chuku, good evening to you too, and welcome everyone. Oh, it's Esako. So the language of Evekuve, it's Esako in Edo State. I'm from Esako in Edo State. I know there are a lot of people who think that I'm Hausa or from the northern part of the country. I'm actually from the southern part of the country. Now we be the area. I see somebody the other day, they tell me, say they hear me, they speak PG. Say whether I say I dey speak Delta English. Now I say shoo. Me wey be a Joe woman. You come dey tell me say I dey speak Delta English. I say na Joe I be na. Na our lingua franca be that now. Na that one be our language o. So many people dey think say na this thing na I be na Hausa I be o. No, I no be Hausa. I be correct Edo woman, back, front, left, right, nothing. I no mix with anything. Me dey even talk say for some people, if you fit see say mama be one state, papa no, me everything, mama, papa, grandparents, ancestors, all of them. Na I circle them be. They no even mix with other part of Edo sef. But anyway, today, like I said earlier, we'll be talking about mindset and what you can and I'll just dive right in. There's a particular quote that I love, especially when I'm talking about this mindset. It's a quote from the founder of IBM, who said, "Business is a game, the greatest game in the world, if you know how to play it." So just that alone tells you everything about his mindset. He's not looking at business as, oh, it's a chore, or business is something that you're going to lose, or business is something that is overwhelming. For him, it's a game. And you know what games are? People love to play games, right? Yeah? People love to do games. So with that kind of mindset, no wonder he was able to found such a huge company and have it. So everything in life is all about your mindset. I will give also, I think I've seen this thing once. For example, you find out that maybe let's say two people, let me not use the word children. Two people grew up in the same home, siblings, and their outlook on life is different, even though everything is the same thing. So when you have, for example, you have two siblings who had a father. There was one particular story I read where they said these two siblings had a father who was a drunk, who never did anything well, who was like sort of like someone who literally couldn't achieve anything. He was always coming home. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, because where I normally do this before, it's usually very cold, and me, I can't even. This their Scotland weather that they are calling summer. To me, it is still like winter. It's my Nigerian winter, so I'm always wearing sweater and all of that. And so I'm doing this in a different room than I usually would do, and I have the heater right here, so I'm feeling a bit hot. So apologies for that. So this particular father is a drunkard, always drinking, never really doing anything. Those kind of drunkards that will fall on the streets, that will go and get drunk, that are always on the street, and their children will be mocking them. And so with two sons that grew up there, one was determined that he will never be like his father. he was going to do everything to not be like his father. The other ones felt like, okay, this is what he knows, this is who he is. He can't really do anything much. You see, even though both of them grew up in the same house with the same circumstances, their mindset are different, and so their life is going to be different. You find the other one ends up being a drunk, just like his father. And this other one ends up being successful because it was like he didn't want to be like his father. So at the end of the day, our mindset is very important, the way that we carry things on. And if you are not able to see something in your mind, there's no how you're going to achieve that thing. I see someone say, okay, mega swagger, that's Edo. Good evening, Emmanuel Amos. Abinya Peter. So you be a Edo woman, true, true. Yes, that be Edo. I see a lot of people who try to even make sure that they add some northern whatever to myself, and they are like, oh, she's married to a northern man. Nope, I'm married to an Edo man. But I was born and brought up in the northern part of the country. And some say, oh, you're wearing hijab. I'm not wearing hijab because I'm a northern. I'm wearing hijab because I'm a Muslim. And it's one of the injunctions for women to cover. So I cover. For those, some people say, oh, other Muslims are what, everybody does their own bit. I'm not, how do I put it? I'm not like, no be say I no talk say na me pure pass or na me pious, but the one wey I fit do I go do am sha, that kind thing. Welcome, Jovic TV. It's a pleasure having you here. Currently, we are discussing mindset and what mindset is and what role that it plays. So our outlook on life affects us a lot and determines where we get to and how far we get to. I'll be sharing quite a bit of stories as I go on, just to be able to hammer on certain points and for people to actually remember some of these points. I had a friend some years ago, although the friendship stopped in 2011. I actually broke off with the friendship. And when people think sometimes of abusive relationship or toxic, not abusive, toxic relationship, they always look at it from the point of a man and a woman. They never look at it from friendship or like two women that are friends or two men that are friends can actually have a toxic relationship. And if you ever find yourself in those kind of relations, just move on. For me, 2011, I just broke up, and that was I don't do much of friends, though I have a lot of acquaintances. I'm someone who likes to make noise. If you meet me, I will laugh, I'll this, but I'm very private also. Only very few people come to my house that we are like friends. So she was my only my best friend, and like real only friend that comes to the house and all of that. And then there was a bit of toxicity and I broke it up. But why am I sharing this? I just want to talk about our mindset. There was a time this particular friend had she did poetry. So she did poetry, and then that year the poetry didn't sell. Then there was a glut in the market, and then the next thing was that, oh, village people are the ones disturbed. I'm like, which village people? Village people are there minding their business. And for me, I'm lucky the way in the home that we were brought up, we were never brought up to think people were attacking us. So we, even up till now, some people are surprised, like, you're supposed to have like a babalawo, or you're supposed to have like a malam. That is, I'm like, for what now? If I need anything, I pray to God directly. I don't need to go through anybody for anything. No, you need to have protection, like protect Kini. If God cannot protect me, it's somebody else that I need their protection. I'm so lucky from my own home upbringing. We were not exposed to that kind of life where you thought somebody was chasing you or somebody or had enemies that was after you. We were not brought up that way, and I haven't brought up my children. I also did not bring up my children in that way. And so she was like, oh no, these village people don't want them to succeed. I was like, look, it's simple, basic, common sense. The year before, there was scarcity of poultry. So then chicken, it was during salad, the salad before, there was scarcity. So chicken was very expensive. And so this year, many people decided to now go into the chicken business because that's what people do. When they say, oh, this is where they are making money, they will run there. Tomorrow, another business. So you see people are always jumping from one business to another, and they are not really waiting to stay true and actually make the money they're supposed to make from that business. And then they encounter losses. They keep saying that, oh, business is lost. No, you're the one jumping from one place to another. They say a rolling stone gathers no moss. It's the same thing in business too. And so I said to her, look, the year before there was chicken was very expensive. That was why you also entered and did. You're not on a normal basis. You are not a poultry farmer. So many other people like you also came in, and because of that, the market was now flooded. It's simple demand and supply, simple economics, demand and supply. If there's a lot of supply, of course the cost will go down, the price will go down. So it's not as if there's not a lot of supply, then then the price will go up because there'll be fewer money chasing that particular product. But I don't think there was anything I said that really makes sense in that sense. So you see, it's all about the mindset. And so when you have that kind of mindset, anything that happens to you, you always relate it to something. There are people, if they have headache, it is enemies. If their business goes down, and they never take responsibility. And when we did Why Not Business, one of the things that we said was that if you're someone who doesn't take responsibility for your action, for things that happen in your life, then business is not for you. Absolutely, business is not for you. Just leave business and go and be doing other things. Trinity, watching you from Ghana. Welcome, Trinity. Andromo, welcome. God bless you. Full media technology. Since I started working on my mindset, I started seeing things differently. Absolutely. Andromo said Ogena. Yes, that's Ogena. Robo people, I think we say Ogene. Sometimes, when I write Ogene, some people will be coming to correct me. No, it's Ogene. I'm like, no, your own is Ogene. My own is Ogene. Um, so that's it. So if there's one thing that you will do for yourself, work on your mindset. First of all, take responsibility. You see, for me, one of the things I do, I never get discouraged on some. Please, I'm coming. There's a neighbor of mine that had asked me to help her open door. So please hold on for a bit. Aliyah. Okay. No, it's okay. I just wanted to look. I was asked to. Hello, welcome. Yeah, she did tell me to let you in. Welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, that's it. You're welcome. Who's that? Somebody. A visitor to this house. She had asked me to open it for her. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. A lot of interruption today. Sorry about that. So earlier, I'm currently in Aberdeen, so I'm visiting my daughter. So in her apartment, the person opposite her apartment she's also a student, and so she was telling me that, and they're doing graduation, that an elderly lady was going to come visit her, that please, when she comes, the key is not with her, she help her open the door. So when I heard that doorbell, I had to go and open the door. And an elderly woman, she said, "Who's stupid?" She was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you." I mean, we are all humans. From time to time, let's just do good things to each other. So I'm just trying to remember what my I know what my train of thought. Okay, yeah. So for me, when I'm always like, if the way I look at things, I never worry over anything. And when I say this to people, people are always surprised. You know that thing that people do, you just be like, now you just be thinking, I don't do it. I know they don't. People are always shocked. I don't. I deal with situation and I move on. I will take action because worries, I've never seen where worries solve problem. My husband will look at me and say, you know they worry over it. I say, even if I worry over the thing, e no go change the thing. So why am I now wasting my time worrying? What I do is I take action. As I am here now, if something is happening, I can make decision, I can take action on something, I can get things going. As soon as I'm done, shikena, whatever the outcome, I take it up. To tell you the kind of mind I have, let me digress a little bit and share a story. Still part of this. In December of 2010, armed robbers came into my house in Kaduna. I think I've shared this story on this thing before. And so they came into my house in Kaduna. We were sleeping. My daughter had been sick for months. To the extent I was thinking, at one time, I was even thinking whether my daughter had leukemia. I had to tell the doctor, please check this thing, whether she had or because she was for months, we couldn't know what was wrong with her, almost as if she wasn't going to survive. And so she had not eaten for like 48 hours. No, for 48 hours, I had not slept. And then she ate, was it like a half loaf of bread? No, half a slice of bread. I was so excited. I even called my husband. I said, when she has eaten something. So when I slept, I was tired. I slept off. In the middle of my sleep, I just heard, wake up. We are robbers. They just put on the light. Just raised up my head. Just looked at them and shook my head. I like, Lord have mercy. In short, they packed all my gold, every single of my gold. For those who are Muslims here, there's a quantity of gold you will have that you'll be paying zakah on it. I was paying zakah on my gold. Every year I was paying tax. That's zakah because my gold was beyond like personal, it was almost like commercial quantity. And people used to wonder, oh, you Aisha, you cover yourself. Why are you always having all of these good? Why I wear them at home when my husband is around and all of that. Bangles, earrings, whatever. I had them. So they packed everything. And then we're supposed to travel, like it was like few days to our travel. Myself, my husband, and our two kids were going to London to spend the holiday. So they came before we left. And luckily for us, they didn't see the pounds that I had changed and they didn't see our passports. And so that night, so when they were going, they took things, they left, they came back. Long story short, they ransacked the house and everything. And I had a lot of girls that were staying with me, a lot of my sisters, my in-laws. My house used to be that house that people come to. I mean, there were times that I would have almost 30 people in my house during holidays. My house was that kind of house. People filled it there, both my in-laws, my own part of the family, my husband's part of the family, and it was a great time for my kids. So they really had enjoyed like being in a very big family. And so my concern was let them not touch anybody. So when they left, after they left, so I came out of the house. I now went out to go because they left my gate ajar. They broke the gate. So I had to repair the gate. I even went out. I saw my bag. Luckily for me, they threw away my handbag. There was really nothing much inside, but my checkbooks and everything were there. I took my car and I went around looking for those people. God knows, say God. I just thank God say I don't see those people because on my I for take car hit them. I was that mad. I went, I didn't see. So I came back, I repaired the door, I went in. The following night, I said to myself, for the number of years that I've been alive, that I've been in this house and I've been here, that robbers have never entered my house. It wasn't my doing. It was God's doing. It was God that have always protected me. And so I am not going to allow any man born of a woman to deprive me of my sleep or rest of mind. That night I slept like a baby. So for me, that's the kind of mindset that I have. Ese Niboro watching from Sweden. Thank you so much. Morning Star, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Please, if you're here, kindly, like, share, and subscribe. I put out 3 videos every day, 12 noon, 4 p.m., and also 8 p.m., basically talking about Nigerian government, politics, governance, and whatever it is that needs to be spoken about in between. And also now I've started a new channel called Ovevekuve TV, where we'll be talking about all the amebo gist, softer gist, and stuff like that. So go ahead. I have it on the pinned comment. That's the link to the Ovevekuve TV. click on it twice so that it will take you there. And if you like to, we really appreciate it. Go ahead and subscribe. We already have we already have some subscribers, and we say thank you to everyone that has subscribed. We have about 57 subscribers, which is great. So well done, and thank you all. So like I was saying, for me, that's my mindset. So I am very stubborn, even in the way that my mind is. I don't allow anybody. You will not control me. You will not control my mind, and I just let things be. So I went to sleep. Whereas a lot of people are like, oh no, for sometimes for days, I just feel that nope, I will not give you the pleasure. It's one thing for you to come and rob me of my materials. It's now another thing for you to now come and rob me of my mental state, and I refuse to allow that. And it's all like, so this is all about mindset. Another thing for me always is that whenever I encounter difficulty, if I encounter failure, if I'm looking for something, I put in all the work. I always focus on my effort, not the result. And even with my children, even in school and everything, I always focus on the effort. What effort did you put in? If I put in all the effort and I still don't get it, I don't mind. I'm not bitter. I'll just say, well, it's because God knows that it wasn't good enough for me. So you see, that's where mindset, comes in. It's just like, oh, it wasn't good enough for you. Okay, Ephraim. I hope Ephraim. I hope I got that. Ephis. Oh my goodness, if I didn't pronounce it well, I'm so sorry. He's watching from Delta State. I know Ephraim, but I've never heard of Ephis. That's such you have such a unique name though. Well done, and thank you everyone. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe so that other people will be able to watch, join, and also let us learn from this. And so for me, I always like, oh, this thing wasn't good enough for me. So whatever I'm going through, and so sometimes people tend to think that you don't have problems or things don't happen to you because you don't moan, because you're not always complaining. I don't complain. And for me, even, yeah, who is there? Okay, hold on. Okay, that lady, I think she needs help. Hold on, please.
Hi, oh, hi.
Hi.
That's my mom.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm very sorry.
no problem.
But, number one, could I possibly ask you to call Sarah for me?
Yeah, I'll get my
I
phone.
don't have her Wi-Fi and I don't see what Cora left for me.
Oh, okay, I'll get her my phone.
Okay, you have a number there.
No, do you have her number?
I have the
Okay,
number.
I'll get. You can come in.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Welcome.
Well, thank you so much. Should I close it?
Yeah, just okay.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So how was the trip?
Long,
Oh,
but it was good. And people I met here so far are so nice.
oh
Taxi driver, bus driver,
Oh, Scottish
somebody
people are very nice.
beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
I would say it
And
too.
your daughter too, and you, I'm sure.
Ah,
Okay,
no worries.
let me just see, because I know Sarah will worry.
Yeah, and then so you continue
Yeah,
that because
okay.
I'm doing live.
Oh, okay. No,
Okay.
worries.
Thank you. Hello everyone. So apologies. Yeah, so she just came in, the elderly lady, and she wants to get in touch, call her. I think that should be her granddaughter who is graduating. So my daughter is helping her call her, and that's it. So I was saying, so I was talking, I'm still talking about mindset. So for everyone to know, see, whatever happens in your life, however it happens, it starts from your mindset. How do you take on issues? Are you the kind of person that is always ready to complain everything that happens to you? This, that. That particular friend I said I had, we had a toxic relationship. I mean, for me, I would say it was toxic, and both it's short. We stopping that relationship was the best thing. I just cut it off and I moved on. I felt it was the best thing for both of us. This is someone if you are that kind of a person, please work on yourself. Where everything you complain about everything, you always see what is wrong. You never appreciate the little things that are happening in your life. If you are that kind of a person, it's very hard for you to make progress, because Even the little wins, you don't see them. That's why for me, even in my advocacy, when people are saying, oh, this will happen, no, I'm always telling them, look, take the little wins. For me, I see the 2023 election. For people are saying, I would say for like maybe like 4 5 hours, I was down. After that whole result thing, I was down. I was like, oh my goodness. So then after that, I'm like, wait a minute, Aisha. Look at the amazing things that happened. Nobody ever thought Nigerian youth to be interested in politics. Nobody ever thought this and that. See how far we've come. People were saying that we can't get up to 500 votes. There are people who say we can't get up to 100,000 votes. Here we are. Even with all the ojoro, they still had to give us 6 million votes. And we know we won this election. We won Lagos. We won Abuja. You understand? And so many, it's crazy. One play two, one this, it was so. After a while, I just said to myself, look, we did great. And that was it. My mind changed. And I remember I did a particular video. At that moment, I just did one video. And that video went a bit viral. People said they were uplifted by it. So that is the power of your mindset. If you don't allow that thing to not take control of you, you will go. So whatever little win that you have, take it. See, I tell you today, I am 50 years old, right? I can tell you my secondary school, my university, I literally, especially the early part of my university, I went through hell. I grew as my childhood, I went through hell. There were days there were no food to eat. And even up till now, like when I'm doing certain things or something things that like I'm entering plane or I'm just traveling, I'm always like, hey, God, now, wow, thank you. I'm always still in awe. I'm like, oh my goodness, thank God. I remember where I came from. I don't take things for granted. I don't sit down and say, oh, some people can afford private jet anywhere they want to go to. They can enter private jet. Me, myself, I can't enter private. Now that's what they think about. The fact that I can enter a plane, I can just wake up in the morning. The only thing where they humble me na visa. Nigeria visa. Now that one, I know to chase visa, they had me. When you carry your Nigeria passport. The other than that, I can wake up in the morning today and decide, Kai, I want to go and travel. So even when I was great with my kids, we used to do that a lot. We just wake up. That's maybe it's midterm. I said, okay, where do you people want us to go to? Oh yeah, bring out the map. Choose where somewhere, and then we'll start going. That kind of thing. I can pay. For me, that is, oh Lord, have mercy. So, but meanwhile, there is someone who is in my situation, who is in my kind of lifestyle, economic status, or maybe more, but the person is focused on the likes of Dangotes and what they can afford, or the Adenugas, or the Ote dollars, that they can afford private jets, and they can afford that. The person, instead of the person enjoying what they have today, they are refusing and they are not getting that enjoyment for themselves because they are focused on bigger things. So they never see the progress they are making. The first time I entered, a Jeep, I was like, so that means they Jeep. So the first, even up to today, I still do that. I was like, is this me? Is this me? That kind of a thing. So that's the mindset. And if I don't get anything, like I've shared a story here, when I was losing money, the business that I did, my tomato paste business, I was losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just like that, they were just going. I was just seeing money. Every day I'm selling, every day I'm losing. In short, my family were afraid of me, especially my sister that was one of the persons that helped, that she works with me. We're like, how am I going to take it? I woke up one day and I said to myself, from Aisha, from someone who could not, who sometimes didn't have food to eat. When I was in the university, they used to make fun of me. Higher institution, there was a lady girl that said to me, I know you now, you're always wearing this dress. And I laughed. And she was right. I think I had like 3 or 4 clothing. That's why even up to today, my wardrobe, if you pass 7 clothes, I say it's too much. So, and I said to myself, and now you can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars and your sister, and they're saying, man, that's a win. That was it. My mindset changed. I was, that's a win, girl. At least you can afford to lose. I said, no be my mates, they lose millions of dollars. What is there? That's for me. That's the way I take on. That's my mindset. And so when people see things happening, they always think that, oh, I shall not think, oh, everything is always going smooth for her. So this particular friend I had, she was always complaining. There was a day I took her, and I took her to the hospital. It was I think it was Barao Diko. Barao Diko was still in Kaduna that time before they moved it to Shika. So the one they moved to Shika before they moved it to Shika. And I just carried her. We went to the hospital and we just started going from one ward. And I will never forget, there was a particular ward we went to. The guy was literally, there was a guy that was breathing. The way he was breathing, you could hear his, maybe like 100 yards away, you could hear the sound of him breathing. That kind of a thing. I took her and I said, look, these are people who are in the hospital. Some of them are looking for oxygen, which you are effortlessly breathing. I said, you are better than a lot of people. Why are you always complaining? And I will say to her, see last year, see where you were, see where you are now. You have made progress. But she never saw the progress because she always was sort of like competing with me in a way. You don't compete with anybody in this life. Everybody has their own path. You can be in a particular place. Tomorrow, people can be greater than you. Tomorrow, you can come and pass them, whatever it is. Don't stay in your life and be in a place where, oh, this person has passed me. I have to catch up with this person. You're not in any competition with anybody. Even my children, I tell them all the time, don't, you are not in a race with anybody. You came to this world on your own. You are not even a twin. I didn't even give birth to a twin. So none of you is even a twin. You came on this world on your own. Do your thing on your own level. Don't compete with anybody. Sometimes my son is saying to me, mommy, other people, his colleague, my son is dyslexic. So as he grows older, sometimes it's a bit difficult for him. And then I say like, no, see, you don't owe anybody. You are running your own race. Keep at your pace. Don't look at anybody. Just be good, be a good human being. Be respectful to others. Respect others' values, wishes, and whatever. And you understand. Treat everybody with decency and be humane. Have empathy. That's all. You are not here to compete with whoever. Yeah, some people are finished school. And I said to him, I said, at one time we didn't even know whether you can even go to university. Today you are a degree holder. Can't you see how much achievement you've made? Can't you see how far you've come? Because most times we forget. We forget all of these things. When our daughter, like I think it was 2002. Yeah, 2002. There was a day my husband came home, was really sad, was literally crying. I held him in my hand. He was like, oh, all his colleagues, all his mates, contemporaries, they are making it in life. They are building houses. He hadn't built any house by that time. It was all sort of this thing, because most of my husband is a chartered accountant. So a good number of them went into bank. My husband never worked in a bank. He didn't like it. He didn't like going to Lagos. He never wanted to stay in Lagos. And so a lot of them, banking was where there was paying money. They were paying a lot. And then he was in an accounting firm. It was in KPMG. So those people, at one time they were making money, they were doing. I just looked at my husband. I said, look, sweetheart, we have something that is great. We have a very loving relationship, a very loving family. We are happy with each other. And I said to my husband, I am happy with you. The kind of relationship with us, because I never wanted an abusive relationship. I saw the kind of marriages that people had around me. I said, I don't want that kind of a marriage. I said, so this what we have, I will take it over any money, any day, anytime. So let's appreciate it. And today, the same man that was crying that, oh, his mates are he's the one that has passed them now. Life is all about itself. Just focus. If you're looking for something, you don't get it, don't say that, I'm not good enough, all my village people, all my enemy. No, nobody is pursuing you. Village people are minding their business. They are busy with their farms. When they come home at night, they are tired. They sleep like logs. They are not turning to witches and coming after you. Forget that thing. It's either you just take it,
Go back and check, what did you do? What could you have done better? I just look at it. If I look at what I've done, yes, I didn't get this, and I was like, oh, how do I put it? I usually say to God knows it wasn't good enough for me. So with that mindset, I'm not like depressed. I'm feeling that, oh, I'm a failure, or oh, I've not gotten it. I'm looking for the next thing. As you see me, so nothing. I don't, even as a child. That's why when people are talking about Nigeria or Nigeria, some people feel that Nigeria will never work. Me feel say Nigeria go work for this my lifetime, oh, and I go put everything in. That's why me I put everything. I don't have time complaining. Is it this Nigeria? We'll be on it. Oh, Aisha, you are a parrot. Somebody called me a parrot the other day on my YouTube. He did put a comment. Oh, Madam Parrot. I said, oh, yes, so I dey talk. I get big mouth. I dey use and talk. Your mama wey no dey talk na she dey house come born you so na you come dey run about dey do wetin you dey do. My children no go dey for people like dey do wetin you dey do. So everybody has what it is. So for me, it's all about, I never give up on anything. I don't. I don't know what it is to give up. I will not. Patapata, I go do am something and that thing go tire. When it tire, go say, oh yeah, I shall take this thing, they go. So we must also, we must also always work on our mindset. The mind is very powerful. What you fit to read. And let me tell you something. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what is right and what is wrong. It doesn't know. It doesn't know the difference between what is the truth and what is a lie. So if you say to yourself, I'm a millionaire, and you start acting like millionaire, not that you now go and be spending money, no. You now be acting smart with your money. You will gather information. You gather financial literacy. You will start investing. When you get money, you invest first before spending it. You refuse to do instant gratification. You do delayed gratification. You save money. You invest. That's what millionaires do. In no time, you become millionaire. Your mind doesn't know. But if you tell your mind that you are a poor person, your mind will see that you keep doing what poor people are doing. When they get money, they will eat everything. Even before the money comes, they will borrow. The moment, even if when you help them, you give them money to do something, they go and blow it on big, big things. I've given people money to start business and they were doing things that even me, I know they dare do am. I don't, the money that me that gave them that money, I don't spend that money like that. They don't they spend that. That's a poor person's mindset. So the moment they get money, it's just to spend it and enjoy instant gratification, have that enjoyment. After that, nothing. And then you'll be wondering what's happening. If you can't envision something, you can't see it. You can't get, you'll never be able to get it. I used to wake up, sure, my husband used to call me crazy. Say, you are crazy. You know, say they mad. You they crazy. I say, wait. See. I'll wake up like this. I will enter place. I will go price things. I remember was it 2012? I never see get land, but me see they put for my mind. So one day I'm going to own a land in that Abuja central area. And I go build one big mall. I never get money to do it, but it in my mind. And I know say by the grace of God, I will do it one day. I went down to that center and they showed me some land. There was one land they showed me, was it 1.5 billion? Yes, 2012. They don't sell land billion. I look, I said, no worry. Once they, I went to my husband, my husband said, you know where? You go to price land. I say, head, the people where they price and they get two heads. Not be one head they get. The people where they buy, not be one head they get. That's what that mindset is all about. So don't look at where you are coming from. I came from a poor home, and me, I always tell people, I'll just say, and I'll say next it. Whatever that thing is telling you, you can't do this. Next it. What you can envision, you can get it, you can go for it. And that's why you must always ensure that you're protecting that your mind. Don't let problems weigh you down. Only you are sitting down, you are thinking, you put your hand on your chin. After all the thinking, the problem will solve. Why you can't sit down, can't think the thing like that? To the extent sometimes you will even they give yourself sickness. Oh, somebody abuse you, you can't sit down, can't think the, you know, if go abuse the person bag or car they go. That's what me know they keep quiet. You do me and do you go low, I go low. I go deal with you. Come on, shower. They say, oh no, wrestle for more. I say, they no go know. I say, make they no different. When I shower, they go see the difference. So one of the things we must do also, that mindset, it's very, very important, and it helps a lot. And so mindset, you understand, is a very important but often neglected part of starting anything you want to start. Your mindset is very important. There are some people who pray to God with, how do I put it now, Even when they are praying to God, they are self-sabotaging themselves. They are praying to God, I know I will not get it, but anyway, shall God give me this thing? You've already defeated yourself now. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe you can get it. Everything is about belief. When I was looking for admission in 1994, right? I was going to ABU Zaria that day. For those of you that finished from ABU Zaria, that Senate building every morning. I was coming from Kano to, I will come, they will tell me to come in a week, they come to come in 3 days. To the extent my parents couldn't afford to be giving me money to come to Zaria. I came, I met someone who agreed for me to stay with her, with her and her mom and stepfather. That was how I was staying with that family. The family took me in. I was staying there. I will go to that Senate every day. I will go up. Sometimes they will drive me from the office. Sometimes they will insult me. Tomorrow I will come again. And there's no office I did not enter. I know they will face. And I've always been like a bit big. So I've always even looked more mature than my age. And me, I will enter your place. Worst case scenario, you tell me to get that. I will get that. Tomorrow I'll come back in. Because now office. Not be your personal house. I know they go person personal house. Now office I come. That was how a lot of people told me I will not get admission. First list came out, second list came out, third list came out, V6 list came out, Gamgee list came out. In short, I got to know the Gamgee president was like, oh, their list had come out before. Every list that you can think of, people are telling me there's supplementary, there's you can't get admission, list at this for where every day I will come and stay there. To the extent I got that admission. I will never forget the academic secretary, AU Miso. Without knowing me, I will be sitting there in front of the people that have lesser result than me. Their fathers, their uncles, their aunties, their mothers, whatever, will bring them to the office. They will get admission. Me with my result, better result than them. I didn't have admission because I didn't have any leg. My father didn't know anybody. He could barely give me transport to go for that abuse. And that's why up to today, I hate connection. Sometimes people will say to me, oh, Aisha, but you could have come here now, you could have come. You did. I say, no, I don't want to come. I don't want to because I have access to come. I want to do it the way every other Nigeria will do it. If every other Nigeria cannot get access, then me too, I don't have access. I've seen a lot of people like the other come, and do you want to meet the president? I say, meet the president for what? Do I look like somebody that wants to meet anybody? I said, I'm not interested in meeting you as a minister. I'm not interested in meeting you as a governor. One called me. I can't remember. I think it was after that. When I refused to stand up for the national anthem. One APC someone called me. I didn't even know it was APC. I didn't even know where he said he got my number. I just saw a message. That he wanted to talk to me, whatever. Go ahead, call me. And then it was when we were talking, he said he's this thing. Would you like to meet the president? I said, me, who get president? I said, you're a former governor of Lagos State. You have to say, who is? I said, you're Tinubu. I said, me, meet who? I said, I'm not interested in me. I don't come out here to meet anybody. What are you going to give me today? Was it when I was hungry or when I was begging people to give me this thing? When I was begging people to give me book to read? 1991 was when I wrote my SSC. I was begging people to give me textbook. That Oseya Ababio, I was looking for it like man. Later on, I bought it for my brother. I think it was less than 1,000. What was 600? 900 at that time. One of my brothers, I bought it for a long time ago. I was like, so this was all I couldn't afford. I said, is it the food? Is it one I didn't have food to eat? That you come and that when I was a child, that you not give me the food that will certify that my this thing. So what is it anybody is going to give me today? Or they are talking like, oh, okay, we do come and meet. Like when we had NSAS protest. In that meeting that they had with that Emefiele called them Emefiele, I think there were about 5 governors in that meeting. 5 governors. Then Gote was there. About how many GT MD bank, how many MD banks, even this person Abdul Samad were all in it and everything. I didn't even know. I was in short, if I had even first of all, if I had known that that meeting was with people, was with them, I wouldn't have gone. But the person who called, who asked me, was like, oh, Aisha, please, that there's an NSAS meeting going on. Please, they would like me to join and all of that. Apparently, they had wanted me. So when I came in, I entered the Zoom meeting. I said, like, what the heck? What am I doing here? And then they started, oh, how would they start? I said, there's nothing like stopping any protest. You people, Mr. President should sack the police. That was what I said. First of all, when I came, I told her, I said, look, I'm not nice. When they finish talking, I say I'm not nice. Emefiele was carrying shoulder. The same Emefiele when I said the street time was carrying shoulder. The way you know when somebody is talking in a pompous manner, and then all the rest, they were everybody was saying, yes sir, sir. You know now, room full of billionaires, the richest man in Africa, and all of that. This thing, your billions now, your billions, you know affect me. You know they feed me. I know they feed you. Everybody they feed in family. Everybody they feed in papa. So I don't care about, I've never been impressed about people's money, even when I was dirt poor as a child. I don't get long throat. That's one thing that I'm so grateful to God for. I don't get long throat. I feel wear slippers. If not slippers I get, there's no occasion where I no get enter. If it's not with my slippers. When I talk, you will listen. So when they came, I told them, I said, well, you people know me, I'm not nice. I say it as it is. They say yes. By the time I was done the first round of talking, all of them that shoulder where they be carried, say they all of them put their shoulder there. And me for Aisha, you do kini. Then your current Lagos State governor, he came, he was like, oh, he had done so well that he came to, that was when they told him so was okay. When he went to address the NSAS protester, then when he came back, when he finished, I said, let me tell you, Mr. Governor, I said, what business did you have? I can't remember the state. There was a particular state that was doing election. What is the current governor of Lagos State? Please, me and names, I'm always forgetting names. That's one of the failings I have, names, faces, and names, faces, and direction. Those things they had me. And so I don't even bother. I just know these things I'm not good at them. And it's all up. That's the mindset. Instead of me focus on, oh, and I am always forgetting people's name. Oh, I don't know direction. Like I can enter your house now. To come out, I'll be going through another road. If I as I'm in Aberdeen now, if I stay like 3 months in Aberdeen now, by the time I get to Abuja to find my way home, I'll be missing road before. That's how bad it is. But with my mindset, I just accept it. This is who I am. I focus on my strength. I don't focus on my weakness. So I delegate my weakness and focus on my strength. That's what I do in life. So the current if I Sanwo-Olu, yes, Sanwo-Olu. Thank you so much, Jackie and Sanwo-Olu. So I said, look, what business were you doing in another state? You say your state was burning. You went to sit in another state until they finished the election before you came in. The guy quiet. I say, okay, protesters have been arrested in your state. What have you done? He now said no, that he has been freed. They freed how many protesters? He has asked all protesters that were this thing to be released. They be doing, and I said to him, you are winking in the dark. Who did you tell that to? I said information is everything. You can, even if you're okay, you're telling me now you've done this. Why is that not public knowledge? If any of you notice during that ESA, in that night was when Lagos State government released that message that this thing were being free. It was from that meeting. I said you cannot be doing something and then you keep quiet. You are staying on your own. You're not telling anybody about it. You understand? So for me, that's the kind of person I am. I will, in short, you will. That's why me and Mr. Peter Obi we work well. If they collect criticism, in short, there was somebody I think Pio was telling me what I said. There was somebody that said to him that why does Aisha talk to you in that way or something like that? Why would Kiniko? You know, people they're always doing yes sir, yes sir. Oh, if you say something you agree with. No. For me, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I will tell you what you need to hear. What will work best, and you know I've got your back. I'm not going to betray you. If I'm no longer interested in being supporting you, I will call you and tell you. So it stays there. So sometimes when they are thinking, oh, do you want to meet this person? Do you want to? No, I'm not interested. I have friends who became ministers. As soon as they became everybody, I don't get time. I don't even want to know anybody. I don't even want to this thing. The other day I met someone who said to me, a lady, she was so excited, she saw me, and she was like, oh, you travel a lot, that they have this private jets, and that's so they sometimes they travel empty, that please I should let her know anytime they can. I was like, oh, like thank you so much, I said, me, I don't live that lifestyle. I don't, anything I cannot afford, I don't do it. So I know they get longer truth. But I don't go eat. Hunger I know they keep us go. I go only slim down. So just talking about, these are some of the things. But in your mindset, if you refuse to allow people, cow you down, just keep going. My admission, my this thing, it's a crazy story, my admission story in ABU Zaria. And then I ended up getting it. I ended up not even finishing from the school. I left the school after they closed it down for 1 year when Professor Bandipo was. I didn't read that course again. It was medicine. And I thought they gave me level one. When they finally gave me the admission, they gave me level one. The admission, I said, no, I'm level three. People say, why Aisha, they will not change it. I went back to the academic secretary. He said, what's the problem? I said, sir, see what happened. I did IGNB. Look at my points. I'm supposed to get level two. They gave me level one. He looked at me. He just took I will never forget. He took a plain sheet of paper. And then he signed at the bottom. He dated. It was on a Friday. He was about to go to mosque. He said, he now said to me, go and write application for change to level two. And that was it. I picked it up. Imagine that kind of letter, you know, they make mistakes for her. You must write everything. And I wrote the application because he signed it, he stamped on it, he dated it. So I just went, I wrote on it, and that was how I got my level three. People were shocked. People were shocked that I got level two medicine, ABU Zaria. 1994. My number is U93 MD 2023. I think 2023. That was my matric number. And at the end of the year, I was supposed to finish 1998 medical this year. I left it. I went to BUK. Ended up finishing in 1999 reading microbiology. So everything has to do with your mindset. All my life, I've been told that I cannot achieve things. All my life. As a young girl, we were in house, we were in my father. Sometimes there was not a single food to eat in our house. Not a single food. And the way we were brought up, our parents brought us up, we will not collect anything from anybody outside, no matter how hungry we were. We will drink water. Sometimes we put stone on your tummy for it to feel heavy. And that's why as I grew up, I always say to people, I've had issues with my weight because I said growing up, there was never enough food. So as much as you had to quickly eat it. You had to eat, and you ate a lot because you don't know when the next one will. And even as an adult, and this is a problem of mindset. As an adult, you understand, even though for the last 20 something years or maybe 30 years, no, yeah, by the time I was 20, my mom had started her other business, or at least food. We had food and all of, let's say for the last 30 years, there has been food available. The last 20 something years, food also has been available. But my mindset up to now has not fully appreciated that there will be food tomorrow. So when I'm eating, I overeat. It's the biggest problem. That's why, if for those who have noticed, I add weight, I reduce weight, it's now that I'm really working. And I always say to people, I say, this is the mindset. It's because of that you will carry big food, you will eat everything because you don't know when the next one. Sometimes I will eat to the extent that my tummy will be paining me. Because in my mind, because I've not yet been able to work on my mind is still saying to me that, Aisha, you might not get, this might be your last food. This might be your last food. This might be so my mindset is always on, this might be your last food. This might be your last food. It is now I'm seriously working on it to say, Aisha, food will always be in the fridge. So that's the power of mindset. Our mindset, sometimes it controls us. It limits you. It puts you in one place. You were told forever that you cannot amount to anything, and you believe them. Me, when they told me I won't amount to anything, I said, I will show you, we'll see. We didn't have anything to do. I was dreaming of traveling the whole world. I was setting goals, how I'm going to travel every country in the world. My parents look at me and say, they say, because I didn't like housework, and up to today, I don't like housework. I was that child that was lazy. I will always be reading book. They will say, okay, who will marry you? I was told that I won't be able to stay in a man's house because I don't like to sweep, clean, cook, all of those things, blah, blah, blah. I said I will use machine. Sometimes they will laugh. But in 2014, my mom called me and she said, thank you for dreaming for the family. Sometimes you can be the one that will dream for a whole family, because every other person is unable to dream because they have not set their mindset to be able to have capacity to set goals. All my life I've set goals, audacious goals, and then I'll come. Some of them have been achieved. So that's why when you see me on Nigerian DC, I'm not looking for somebody to tell me that there's somebody coming to tell me, oh, Nigeria will not work. That's your business. That's your mindset. My own mindset is that I will be the one to make Nigeria work. Sure, it is people that have failed Nigeria, people that have destroyed Nigeria. Then people, it is also people that will fix Nigeria, and I will choose to do the work. In my own case, I am never ever afraid of doing the work. I put in the work no matter how it is, and I don't focus on the result. I focus on the effort. So when I look at 2023 election, I'm not looking at it and saying that, oh, they rigged the election, they took it away. No, I'm looking at it that, Aisha, did you do everything you were supposed to do? I'm like, yes, I did. You not believe it. I was doing 2023 election assignments. I was doing some assignments in the helicopter. We are traveling with PO. We drive those travels. In short, from the 2023 election, one of the things that I've learned is that I can just I can stay like almost without sleeping. I can enter a car and just do like this, and I'll sleep for 1 hour and I will wake up. Those power naps, I got them. Because we were always, that election was crazy. Our travels, people saw us here, saw us there, saw us there. You know what it was? What we were going through, our bodies were like crazy, we were mad. There was one time we were looking, pure master were like, Lord have mercy, let this man not break down. We needed to just get him to just rest. We're calling his like, should we get his doctor? Let him just sedate, let him just sleep for like 24 hours, and then we'll go on a recharge. Many people didn't realize that PO didn't do a final address on this thing. That's why when they were coming out, they said that, oh, he did a video. It was like, I said, which PO? PO couldn't talk. His voice went. Peter Obi could not talk. His voice had gone. So when they were saying that there was a particular call he did a day to elect, I was like, That was why it was dirty. It was dirty that did the final video, that final calling on Nigerians to vote. We couldn't. We worked, we thought we could do anything. His voice went. Even on election day, you could hardly hear you. At one time, I was just like, don't say anything. I will just do the talking. You'll be sending message. So it was a whole lot, but we were focused, and you knew where to. For me, I'm like, I asked myself, did you do all the things you were supposed to do? Did you put in the work? I'm like, yes, that's all that matters. Yes, the result did not go the way we wanted it this time. Tomorrow, the result will go that way, and tomorrow we go after it. So that's what the power of your mindset. That's why it is. Control that. If there's anything about yourself that you must control, it's your mind. Don't allow negative things hold you down. Don't allow your past keep you down. For me, for every failure that I've had in my business, I use it as a stepping stone. I will say to myself, Shebi, I failed. I lost so much money that last year, and like just yesterday, like I was having a conversation with my husband. He had called me, and I've put this particular thing out on Twitter. I say I have a land that I bought. I paid for that land. That it's a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago, 16 years ago. And so when Kaduna State government were doing recertification, we took all our land for properties and documents and everything. So we have two particular properties that have problems. Is it two or three? Three. Okay, it was two. Then another one that I bought later now joined it, a warehouse. So this particular land, they've not yet done it. It's a big land. Now the area is big. It's a bit pricey. Of course, if I let me sell it anyhow, I will get real cool money. And then these people I've had my agent have been calling me. There are people who want to buy the land. I said to them, no, the land has issue. There's one particular person that has been person they want to that they are willing to buy it like that. So I now put it on Twitter. I say, well, I'm at a dilemma because I don't want to say, I don't like selling anything that has any issue. I know they put my hand for it. So I put it, I was asking, what do you guys think? So people are like, a lot of people say, some people say, don't sell that land. You don't even know. Maybe it's even many people are looking for a way how they can tarnish your image. I get big mouth to but people, they say, oh, Aisha, we will expose you. They have nothing to expose because me, I'm like an open book. I can be very weird in terms of the things that I hold on to. Spider on the bank behind me. Let the spider be there now. Me and the spider will both be surviving. The spider has a space in the world. I have my own space. And so, so and the people have really been on my case. So yesterday my husband called me. It was not like, oh, okay, what do I think that they want to buy? I just look and I say, look, I say, guy, I say I don't have a good feeling. Let's not we don't let's not dabble into this. Let's just talk to them. As long as this thing is not done, leave it. And I said, even if at the end of the day they say this land is not mine, the Kaduna state government decide to take it, I say it's okay. I said I've lost things before now. So that's no big deal. I've lost things before. So for me, it's always, take that your failure, take that thing that you failed and say that when you failed before, did you die? I did not die. That's how I used to tell myself. I said, if I fail, so even if I fail now again, I will not die. We'll keep going. So it's very important. If you are able to have control of your mindset, you'll be amazed at the kind of control you have in life and the kind of things that you can achieve. And sometimes people will think you don't have problems. Well, now you have problems. Just like, oh, it doesn't mean anything to you. When I'm going through things, you will never say it to me. I'll just be going. Even when it's over after a while, because for me, I don't like that. Oh, like, oh, you're going to you have to be talking to people, whatever. It's when I'm done. Is then when I'm sharing it is just for the purpose of knowledge. Let somebody learn from it and be better and not make the same kind of mistake. So let me come back to what I wrote on this mindset. So I said, who you are, what you want to be, what you want to achieve, they are all in your mind. You have to define who you are. I see a lot of people, they are easily offended by what some nameless people will come on this thing to come and talk about. Like somebody is saying to me, spider behind you. People have said that, then you now be scared. Who is that person? You don't know that person. That person is a non-issue where you are. Why are you allowing yourself to be worked up over what people have said online? Or people insulted you online, then the thing is mattering to you. How? Somebody that doesn't know you, you know yourself. Are you not enough? Are you not enough for yourself? The reason why people are easily offended by what other people have said or the insult other people made to them is because they themselves, they have not accepted who they are. They don't even know who they are. They don't accept who they are. They don't love themselves unconditionally. So when you know who you are, you love yourself, you accept yourself, you take in, you know what your weaknesses are, you know what your strengths are, and you embody everything you love. Nothing anybody is going to say that will affect you. So for your mind to be, what you need to first of all do is to ensure that you know who you are. Ha ha ha, yes, so my husband, they always talk and I get one customer and the service are well, very well. So you know who you are. So don't let what people say or what people have to have control over you. That your mind, you must have that control over your mind. Otherwise, it can lead you astray. It can lead you into a lot of things. If you want to start a business, the business has to start in your mind. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do it. And most times that's a problem. Because people always start from the point of they don't even believe they can do it. They always say that, oh, everything will go bad. I'm not saying that you should not envision the worst. So I always tell people, you start with the end in mind. When you're starting a business, always put it at the back of your mind that you can lose everything. And so what you do, you ask yourself, can you afford to lose what you want to invest? If the answer is yes, go ahead. If the answer is no, then don't do it. So if you come in now and tell me to come and invest in a business, maybe that it's 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 100 million, all of that, I can put it in. Even if I lose the whole money, I know I'm not going to die. It's not going to bring me down, whatever. But there are people that if they lose 100 million, they are dead. Because they probably had to borrow from people or whatever this thing. Some people it's 5 million, some people it's 10 million, some people it's 100,000. There was a time in my life that 100,000 was like 100 million. So you scale it down if you know you can't afford it. So that's different. But it's not the one that you now come and feel say, I'm just doing this business, but I know it will not even succeed myself. All the business I've been doing, they've not been succeeding. You've already killed yourself. It's just like, let me give you, look at my body language now. If I'm sitting down and I say that, I I don't know how to do this thing. You see, your whole body slow. But if you say, how can I? Your body goes up. There's a difference in the way you take it. Don't just say, I don't know how to do it or I can't do it. Always ask yourself, how can you do it? And go for it and learn it. Be open, to learning. We start something without actually believing that we can do it. Sometimes we just start certain things without truly believing in ourselves. You just go ahead to start. Even you yourself, you are not sure you can do it. You don't believe you can do it. And along the way, things begin to fall apart. And you're wondering what is falling apart. You begin to blame everybody but yourself. No, it's not village people, it's not the old man, it's not uncle, it's not enemies, it is not principalities and powers. It's just you, that you've not believed in yourself and you have not given yourself all, you've not given all in. And so that's it. That's absolutely it. So you need to work on yourself first. You need to work on your mindset. There are some people who you see them all the time, they're always complaining. You wonder whether nothing good happens in their life. Meanwhile, you can see the goodness happening in their life. That's like that friend I told you about. You can literally see, look, your life is better now than it was last year, but they will never see it. Everything they do is to complain. Complain about one thing or the other. With that kind of mindset, you can't grow. You will keep self-sabotaging, because even when you begin to grow, because of your mindset that is focused on looking for those stories, those sub stories that they will tell, pity parties that you want to throw, you self-sabotage yourself. You yourself, you make it fail. Many people do that because in their mind, they are we know they succeed. Anything wey I put hand, they work. How you go work? You no go work because you no believe say e go work. Your mindset no believe say e go work. So there's no way that it will work. Hello, for the Russian person. Thank you so much. Please add this also. God bless you. Oboro Obagbemi. God bless you. Uhu248 say, don't flee from our country. Flee go where? Country that all of us own. I know they jackpot, they travel. I travel a lot. So for me, staying in Nigeria, it's not because I don't have option. It's because I want to stay in Nigeria. Even this UK, there are friends of mine that were on my neck to get this UK citizenship. I would have gotten the UK citizenship since, even through the entrepreneurship route and all of that. I always said I don't want any other passport. I'm okay with my Nigerian passport. Shikena. So okay, there's this thing that I wrote here and I said, you have to realize your mind does not know the difference between reality and what is not real. Yeah. So let me give you an example. As we are sitting down here now, all of us, I mean, there are 234 people, or on, it's now 215. Sometimes you see it, you go to over 300. As we are sitting down here, if individually, collectively, we were to get messages now that, or somebody telling us that something bad has happened, guess what? Our everything will change. We either start crying, we start doing one thing, we start doing this thing. Did anyone investigate to see whether it was the truth or not? But the moment you got that news, either that people will tell you, like when things have happened, like they say, oh, the moment they got that news, their life changed, the phone call that changed their life, or the message, or the whatever, and if collectively were to sit down now and then they just you just got a message that said something wonderful had happened, we probably will start jumping up and down. We are happy, your whole body is set and whatever. But did you even investigate whether that was actually true? So that's how your mind works. It is what you feed it that it grows off. It doesn't know to say, oh, this have to be the truth. So if you feed your mind that you will succeed in this life, that you will work hard, that you will get this, it begins to believe it. And if you also feed your mind that you are nothing, that anything you touch is always scattered, because there are people who say that. Someone will sit down and say that, oh, anything I touch is always scatter. Yes, because you've not learned it. Mistake, failure. I keep saying this thing. They say failure is not falling down, it's staying down. When you fail at something, what you will do, you carry paper and biro and say, okay, what did I do wrong? Take responsibility. And then you learn from it. The next time, you're not going to make that mistake again. But when you refuse to accept responsibility, when you refuse to learn from, you are blaming every other person other than yourself. Then that's what continues to happen. That's where the problem is. So you must know your mind doesn't know. So tell your mind, feed your mind. Even when you are suffering, even right now, you don't have food on your table. In short, 6 months you've not eaten. You manage to get data, or you are even having free Wi-Fi that you are currently watching me. Feed your mind that you're achieving something, that you're going to achieve something. Give it that good lie. Tell your mind that this is temporary. Whatever it is you're going through right now, that it is temporary, it's not your permanent state. Yes, I know I don't have food, but when I become a millionaire, and it's not if I become a millionaire, when I become a millionaire, I will eat I will eat good food. Or when I become a millionaire, I will ensure that people who are hungry are not going to be there. I remember it's being in secondary school, how people will taunt us. I went to school with very rich kids. My dad, it was a school that was above my dad's league, but he put in everything. And that's why I love passive income. My dad it was passive income that paid for my school fees. He invested in shares when he was much younger. His business was going well, so they used to pay dividends. When they pay dividends and all of that, that's what my dad would use to pay my school fees. And so I lived in a bit. Sometimes, students can be a bit cruel. Children can be a bit cruel. So we have this, some of them is their drivers that will come and pick them. And so when we are trekking, if there's anyone in Kano from here, there were times that I would trek from Janguza, from BUK BUK New Campus, all the way to Gidamutala. I have trekked from BUK New Campus all the way to Ahmadiyya. Yes. And then you now see them, what they do is that they will not carry their drivers will stop, and then they will make us run. When we are almost there, they will drive off. They will drive off. That they will stop, and we think that they were going to give us a lift. I had a friend, Bolanle. She was my junior. We used to do that trekking together. And I used to say to myself that when I grow up and I have my own car, that every student I see on the road, that I will pick them. And today, anytime I'm driving past a child in uniform, I always remember I said that thing. But of course, I can't stop and start picking children now. Of course, because of the way life is, kids don't even enter your car. Before they will say you are going to kidnap and all of that. But anytime I'm passing a child in uniform, I remember that promise I made while I was in secondary school, where I said that when I have a car, that every child I see in uniform, I'm going to pick it. So that's, you feed your mind. You don't just allow your mind just to be like that, and then you're looking at it, oh, I don't have anything, I will not have anything. You're focusing, looking at people that have. Feed your mind those positive things, and then go on and look for the things that you also, you're going to do. If you have continuously been told you would amount to nothing all your life, and you feed your mind that same notion, guess what? You will actually amount to nothing. You have to free yourself from the shackles of mental bondage. You can always tell your mind a lie, a good lie. For example, you can tell your mind you are the greatest business person in Nigeria. In fact, you are at par with Dangote. Your mind doesn't know the difference. And then you begin to walk to. It's not to just tell the lie and go and sleep. Oh, no, that's not it. You have to say it. You have to begin to work it. You have to begin to work towards it. You know, when they say fake it until you make it, it fake it until you make it is not just for you to go and be wearing fake designer clothes, fake. No, 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 no. It's to keep doing those things, those work that those people who made it are doing. And then before you know what's happening, you also you will not be at that place. If you tell your mind that you are Dangote's colleague and partner, and you begin to do what Dangote does, you begin to set goals, you begin to work at least 12 hours a day on your business, you're working hard, you're working smart, and in no time you'll be having meeting with Dangote, and that's it, or whoever it is that it's out there. And then if you feel that when you're starting business and you say, oh, you cannot be anything, you are always losing, your business no dey work, I no sabi, it will fail. There are no two ways about it. It's a whole lot of hard work going into something, having the right mindset, preserving, focusing on what you're doing, setting goals and moving on. Keep going. That is what leads to overnight success. You know, most times people see people who have succeeded and they be say, oh, it's just an overnight success, oh this, but no, the person has been putting on the hard work behind the scene. You didn't see it. You just saw it when it became a successful. That's when you heard about it, but that has been years and years and years of work. Hilda Basi, we only saw her within the how many hours, in short, with some of us, I know I was seeing the advert that they were going to something. I really didn't even understand. For some people, it was even when she started the cooking marathon that people knew her. I know I was seeing the advert, and sometimes I had seen her and her mother before. They did some funny, videos and all of that. I didn't know her name actually, but I just know I usually would see her and her mother's video, because they used to do competition of cooking, as in Gen Z cooking and old mama cooking, that kind of a thing. So I would just watch and laugh. But many people just saw Hilda within those hours. And so for some, she had even done like the first 10 hours or the first 20 something hours before they knew that there was a Hilda Basi. But Hilda Basi had been working on that thing for 5 years. And somebody will come and say, oh, it was an overnight success, oh, she's succeeding now, she's doing this. No, she had been working on it. So those are also the things. Get to a place where you are working on those things. There is nothing like, oh, overnight success. Our mindset is very important. Listen, and oftentimes when you talk to people, to people, the mindset is just not right. We are looking at our past and looking at who we were. We didn't have anybody. We were born into less privileged homes and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. Whether you are a billionaire, a child of a billionaire, or the child of a Kobonia, Ajebota, or Ajepako, it doesn't really matter. It's your mindset that matters and will determine who is who at the end of the day. So please, please, please guard that your mindset. We're still talking on the business. Yesterday, I said I was going to derail from that business that we've been going on, and then focus on this mindset matter, because I saw some of the things that some people were commenting on. Mindset is very important. By the way, as we go on tomorrow, Grace Glory, thank you so much for your kind words. Tomorrow we will not be having this our usual session, because tomorrow I'm going to be on transit. I'm traveling in the morning. I'm starting my journey tomorrow morning, and I'm not going to get to my destination till next tomorrow. And so in the next few, when I come back again, I have another journey. It's going to be a bit of travels for me. So when I'm on transit, I won't be able to do it. But hopefully, so tomorrow is what now? Wednesday. So I'm going to get there on Thursday. So hopefully by Thursday night, we'll be able to have our business session. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I do share 3 videos every day, 12 noon, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. I've also started Ovevekuve TV. Please go ahead and also subscribe to that. I will so much appreciate that. So we are still on mindset and the power of the mind, and how you can get things going. Don't set goals based on your present realities. Set goals on things that you can get. Yes, you're setting achievable goals, but at the same time, in the words of Jim Rohn, when you want to set a goal, you should set a big enough goal so that in the process of achieving that goal, you become somebody worth becoming. Don't sell yourself short. Always going, and get those. So some people use affirmation, some people use a lot of things. For me, I use my failure a lot, and I keep saying, if I failed before and I'm still here, so what's the big deal? It's just like with the 2023 election. My mindset like, okay, yeah, so what? We won the election, they rigged it, and did we die? So we can't get lower than that. So not doing anything, giving up. Now there we mess up, we go F up. You understand? For me, that's self-defeating. When I see some people, oh, nothing can work in Nigeria, they are going to, I say, me, I will rather somebody else defeat me than for me to defeat myself. I will never defeat myself on your behalf. Even if nothing go do, I will be there. You go hear where, even if na rig, you go rig am. Go rig am again, but you go suffer rig am. Not the one that I will just fold myself and refuse to participate in it, and then you just walk away and say, oh, nothing, and you've gotten it. No, that's something that really, cannot, for me, I will not allow. So whatever it is, put in that mind, what do you want to be? The greatest musician, the greatest chef, whatever, the greatest business person, the greatest cryptocurrency, something. So amen. Thank you so much, Uche Mati. Thank you, Jacken. Thank you, Tina, T Code, Idokolo, welcome. Thank you so much, everyone, for your kind. And I tell you guys, honestly, you guys are really motivating me to do this. I love to share knowledge. I love to teach. I love to share of my experiences so that other people can learn and do better and be better. And then when I see receptive at this thing, it's just like, you guys don't even understand how much I'm enjoying doing this. When I get a receptive, this is sometimes, many people don't want to learn. When you're learning, people would rather, do giveaway and all of that. When you're trying to share of your experience, people don't want to learn, and it can be so demotivating. So thank you so much, every one of you, for always being there. So, I will round up by saying having the right mindset towards something is very important. When you have the right mindset, that is when you think of setting goals. That's when you think of achieving something, when you have the right mindset. Something that you would ordinarily look at and think that is impossible, but because of your mindset, you won't see the impossibility. You just cross out, the I am, and you move on. That's exactly what the IBM founder did. To him, business is a game. While some will tell you business is all risky, he saw business as his own game. So where others need to watch soccer or play cards to have a game, his business was his game. Today, when you talk about top business people in the world, you have to mention the founder of IBM. Have a positive mindset. Believe you can do it. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right. It was this person, Henry Ford, that said it. The first time I heard that, I just started laughing. I was reading alone. Because for me, I read a lot. I love it. It's not that I can't read. Social media has spoiled me. It's not that I can't read, although it's my school book I read, but I used to read books. I started reading motivational books when I was maybe 10, 11. Yeah, or less, or 9. I used to read my dad's books. There were these stories, Carnegie. I don't know how they pronounce that. This thing. I used to read a lot books on psychology and stuff like that. So Henry Ford, and he said, if you think you can, you can. Did you get that? That you think you can do it. And if you think you can't do it, then you can't do it. Either way, you are right. So it's left for you to tell yourself what it is. Some people will tell themselves they can do it and they will go for it. Some people will tell themselves that they can't do it and they will just sit down there and not go for it. Guess who will succeed? The person that went for it. There's no how you will succeed without going for something. Even if the person that went for it didn't succeed, at least they tried. They gave themselves an opportunity to try. The person who just thought they can't, they never even gave themselves any opportunity. And so please always have a positive mind. Believe you can do it. Why not you? Why can't you achieve it? If people are achieving it, why not you? They get too head. You know, see that they get too head when they tell us where you small. True, 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 true. They get too head. Go for it. You might not achieve their own, you might achieve it in your own way, you might do something. But this thing is that don't sell yourself short. Don't reduce of yourself. Don't reduce of your potential. The difference between achievers and non-achievers is actually mindset. Nothing more. It's mindset. So that your mind is such a powerful tool that you must never in any way allow anybody to have control of it. Anything, even with the things happening around your environment, even with the economic situation in Nigeria today. Don't use it as an excuse to say, oh, it can't work. Use it as a to say, okay, what out of this thing that we have now, what can I do to make it work? That's the way it should go. So please, let's put in the work. Let's do it something. Your mindset, don't just, don't just allow it anyhow and just allow negative thoughts and just giving up and whatever. Life is too short for us to be giving up. We can't just be in this one and just sit down. Go for something. Yes, it's better you do it. You did not succeed. Some people are ashamed of. Let them not laugh at them. Let them not mock them that they fail. Is there anybody that has achieved anything without failing? There's nobody. Nobody has achieved anything without failing. Everybody you see, you must fail. And that's why if there's another book I would recommend to you to go and look for, is Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. Please go and get that book. Especially when it comes to failure. I know I haven't read it in years. I don't know whether I've read it in the last 10 years. But I think I'll go back, and when we finish this book, probably we'll pick up that book or we do another book. But go and look for it. It talks about, it says fast forward your failure. As in, is it not fail? No wahala. I will fail again. I will come back. I will fail again. I'll come back. All of these politicians that have turned Nigeria upside down, you will see them, they've been failing at election, but they never give up. They will come and come. Buhari spent 12 years running for election every year. Nigerians were rejecting him until when somebody's failure made him a possibility and a choice. Yet he came to give disastrous leadership. So if somebody that is going to destroy Nigeria did not give up, why should somebody that wants to build Nigeria give up? Small tip, we say, I'm no more doing. Good must be more tenacious than evil. The reason why we have a mess up is that evil has always been more tenacious. People that are doing evil, they never give up, they stay on. Somebody says, oh, me give up. We die here. No, they go anywhere. No retreat, no surrender. We continue to do it until we get it right. So whatever it is that you put in that mind, put in that mindset. Just get hold. Even if you don't do anything, like I said, he said, fast forward your yes, I failed. Yes, I did that job. I failed. I'll continue. The thing is that you must always make sure you sit down and take in the lessons that your failure is going to teach you. And if there's anything you do, please, for those of you that have children, please, don't teach your children to be afraid of failure. I've taught my children to accept failure. When they are having even in school, oh, the child has failed in school, it's not the one that you come and be abusing that child. No. Let them sit down and let them tell you what can they learn from their failure. First of all, allow them to deconstruct it for you. Don't even help them. Okay, what happened? What should have happened? Okay, how could you? So what have you learned? And then you see now, so you've learned this thing. And for me, my children are adults. The youngest is 22. Part of the things I keep saying to her, I say, look, let me tell you something. I say, when you fail, it's preparing you for life. Why do you see that it is those students who were not doing very well in school that actually most times succeed in life? Because they were actually learning the most needed thing in life, which is failure. You can never do anything in life without failing. Never. Show me one person that tell you he succeeded, he never failed. Let me see that person. Never. But what normally happens is that those very brilliant students in school who are always passing, it's when they come to life that they get their first failure. They don't know how to handle it. Most of them don't know how to handle it. But you see those that kept failing, they would stand up, they would struggle. They were being prepared for life. So for me, like with my children, I always say effort. There was a video I did, I think it was 2017, when I bought an iPhone. I can't remember what iPhone it was, whether it was iPhone 7 or iPhone 8, I don't know. But it was the latest iPhone at that time that, my daughter was sure she wanted it. I was like, okay, fine. Get was it 9 8 or something like that, or 7 8 or 9 8, and I will get you the phone. So I bought the phone for her even before the results came out. I remember that when I was talking to her, the video went viral as of that time, because I actually shared that video, and a lot of people, parents were like, "Oh my goodness, they were learning a lot from that." This thing, because I was telling my daughter, and I was like, "You know what you asked her?" She was like, "Oh no, she knows she's not going to get those 9 A's. Oh, that maths was very bad." And I said to her, "Look, maths was bad. It was bad for everybody. And so it doesn't matter." And I said, and I brought her the phone, and she was really surprised. She jumped on me, and all of that. It was such, emotional this because, and I said to her, I said, "Look, you know what I always tell you guys? Effort. Your effort is more important than the result." Effort. I say, for me, your effort was A star. So I'm getting you the phone. I'm not waiting for the result to come. I saw how hard she worked, how she put in the work in that for that her exam. It was IGSC she was writing, and I'm like, you did so for me. That's it. So please teach your children those things. Don't let them be afraid of failure. Most of us were brought up to be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure. Failure, you actually learn more from your failure than you learn from your successes, from where you won, from where you succeeded. So embrace your failure, take them on and teach your children to embrace it. All they need to know is that when it happens, you sit back, you take a moment, you unpack it, you learn from it, what happened, and then what should you have done. So you see, you've gotten that experience to tackle the next problem. You will not be able to tackle the next problem if you don't have places where you have failed and learned from them. So those are some of the things. And then we had Ilimi Jonathan say, if you have never failed, then you've never succeeded in anything either. Exactly. That's it. So people just get themselves, a lot of people are afraid of starting something, doing something, because they feel, oh, we don't want people to laugh at us. Oh, people might do this, people might do that. No, don't put yourself in that mindset. Don't allow yourself to be put in that kind of situation. Just, yes, you fail, you stand up and move on. It happens, it's part of life. Obi Anyikwa say, first time really listening to you. So proud of your honesty and tenacity. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words. For those of you who are coming here for the first time, we do this at 9 p.m. every day, although tomorrow I will not be able to, tomorrow I will not be able to do it because I'll be on transit. So any day that I'm unable to come online, I will let you know. And then on Sunday also, we do book review. So the book that we are currently reviewing is The Richest Man in Babylon. Please, if you don't have it, go and get it. It's a nugget in itself. That book is what is weight in gold, and it teaches you about financial literacy, how to use money, save your money, invest your money, build yourself towards wealth. So please get that book. Every Sunday, 9 p.m. we review the book. We just started. Last Sunday we did chapter 1, and this coming Sunday, by the grace of God, we're going to be doing chapter 2 of that book review. And so that's it. And of course, if you're here and you've not subscribed, please go ahead. We really appreciate you subscribing. I put out 3 videos a day, 12 noon, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. basically talking about governance, politics, sometimes financial literacy like we do it here, and also business. For those who are here, I don't invest for anybody. I don't collect money to help anybody invest. The only thing I do is to share knowledge for people, to be able to get that. We are on chapter 1. We just finished chapter 1. So next Sunday, on Sunday, we're going to be doing chapter 2. So the first one we did, chapter 1, is the man. So I have my own copy here. My own copy is over 20 years old, so it's very old. It's actually breaking apart. So the first one, the first chapter we reviewed was the man who desired gold. And so the next chapter, we're starting from page 21, which is the richest man in Babylon. That's Alcad. And so for those of you who are familiar with the book, and so that's how it goes on. I saw someone who said something about, oh, he has just had a bit. I just failed at a business deal. Okay, Vitalis Geraldo. So sorry to hear about that. Uh, but one of the things that I always say to people, when you find yourself in such a situation where you have failed at a business deal or something, the first thing that you just say to yourself, and which is, this is where the mindset thing comes in, is that okay, you just use that money to go to Harvard. So this is the Harvard of business. So if you're going to go to Harvard, you're going to be spending probably close to like 60 to $100,000 for you to get, lessons over their course. So this is your own Harvard. So you put it there. Then the next thing that you're going to do is to unpack everything. Be very honest with yourself. This is not the time to lie to yourself. Look at everything. Take a paper and a pencil and note down one after the other what happened. What were the red flags that were there that you've refused to adhere to, or refused to watch out for, or you refused to, take note of them? What are the things that you could have done differently? Were you so motivated and interested in a profit that you were going to make, that you did not focus on risk assessment? Because that's always very important. When we did the 5 financial IQs by Robert Kiyosaki, in one of the sessions that we did here, we did talk about the 5 financial IQs, and one of them was protect your money. People must understand that protecting your initial capital is more important than making profit. But unfortunately, most times people are so focused on making profit that they forget to protect their money, and it make it very easy for fraudulent people to take away their money. Sometimes also it's probably the kind of product we bought. We didn't know the product very well, or we didn't understand the market very well, and we put our money in there, and then what we thought we were going to sell at a profit, we now couldn't sell at a profit, and we are forced to sell at a giveaway price. So everything, there's always a science and everything to it, because I always say to people, every business is a potential billionaire maker, and every business you can lose money in it. The same business that Dangote is doing, that he's making money, that same sugar he's selling, whatever cement he's selling, somebody else can go in there and make loss. So it all depends on what it is that you give. So wherever there's a loss, learn from it, sit down, unpack it, unravel everything, be very honest from yourself, take the lessons from it, and then go on. And one thing I also advise is that anytime you're starting something new, always start it with very small money. Don't start it with huge amount of money, so that whenever you make mistake, whenever there are losses, you are easily able to mitigate them and manage them. And then it is when the business has established itself, then when you want to scale it up, that's when you pump in a lot of money into that business. So hopefully you're going to look back, and one day you're sharing your own experiences about the loss and how the loss was able to make you be better in business and achieve bigger things in business. Okay, so um oh, Optimist, Minya Rebi, thank you so much. AMJ Entertainment said This get rich quick syndrome is killing the next generation. Absolutely. And it's not just the next generation, it has killed a lot of people. It's just that for every generation that came, it's always been there. Some people always feel that, oh, I want to achieve it, I want to hammer. That's why I tell people, for me, I don't know what is hammering, because me, I've never hammered in my life. It's always a little by little, saving it, tying my belt, denying myself of certain things, and then investing it and watching that investment yield income. And that's what I've always been able to use, to sustain myself. So I've never been in a position where, oh, you just got one big contract, or you just did one big deal. And no, that I've never had that. If you ask me to explain anything of that, I don't have any knowledge of that. So part of the thing also why people lose a lot of money, even when you talk about 419ers and all of that, why they are able to succeed is that they are able to touch that part of human beings that is a bit greedy, that wants to earn so much money. If somebody is coming to tell you that if you invest 1 million naira every month, they will pay you 1.5 or 2 million, are you okay? Even you, can't you tell yourself, where are they getting that money from? Is it drugs they are selling, or is it what people they are? I don't even know. What are they using that they'll be able to return that kind of money to you? So be very mindful of the kind of monies and returns that you get, and be sure that your business is very much protected. And I see a lot of people who just want to give people money. They don't want to put in the work, they don't want to learn it, they just want to give people money. And I say to those kind of people, instead of looking for businesses to do, just look for real estate and invest in. But though, even in real estate, you have to be very mindful and very watchful and check everything, because there's a lot of fraud also in the real estate. So what happens that, just buy lands and leave them. Just, if you have money, gather them. Instead of starting a business, buy a land. On the overall, those lands also do appreciate, and sometimes you can also go ahead and when you have a land, it's always easier to build houses, to build. And you build in, put in tenants that will be staying there, and they'll be paying you rent. You have passive income. There are people who are always saying that, oh, it's a waste of time building houses for rent. Well, if real estate is your business, that's the only business you do, yes, of course, it's better for you to build and sell. But for those of us who real estate is not our primary business, but you have your own businesses you're doing, you have your own work you're doing, you're only saving money and looking for something else to invest in, then it works for you very well for you to build rental properties, either buy rental properties or build rental properties. You can even buy shops. They sell shops in the market. These markets you see, those shops, they are sold, and you can have people that they will be renting it. They will be paying you rent from it, and you'll be getting some money. So these are also some of the things that we all can be doing. Daniel Eze, thank you. Onome. Oh, there is a film. There used to be a Nigerian film that was called Onome. That was the first time I actually knew of that name. The mind is everything. What you think you become. Thank you for the impactful session, Mama. Thank you so much, Elimi Jonathan, for your kind words and also your contribution. Bayo hasn't been around for quite some days. I hope it's okay, Bayo Emmanuel. And then Miss Sherry Coco also today. I haven't seen her. Tayo Olowoyele, you're welcome. Thank you so much. And then, of course, I'm just trying to Grace Glory, thank you. I'm just trying to see the messages here, whether there's any question that I have not answered. Steph London Santos, you're welcome. Thank you so much. So I'm just trying to look through. We'll soon be rounding up. We have like about 8 minutes, because it's usually between 1 hour and 2 hours. Definitely not more than 2 hours, because people have work that they're going to go to tomorrow. Conscience is a wood, only the truth can heal it. Continue with your truth. We need to more models like you for continue. Thank you so much, Richard. D Harmony said only Aquarius and Leo can be bold like this. I'm actually a Sagittarian.
where is I just like oh yeah, just like my admission story says Joyce Ezemonye. Yeah, it's I mean, if you talk to a lot of Nigerians, that's what we've usually gone through, especially when we don't have anybody. And that's why for me, that quote, I always say we want a country where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. The quote is originally from Aminu Kano. It's attributed to Aminu Kano, who said that Nigeria will know no peace until the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. And unfortunately, we have a country where we have not had a country where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Most times it's always about connection, even when it comes to jobs and stuff like that. And I always feel that no, that's really usually not the way to go. Please, for those of you who are here, I may probably haven't heard me before. I have a channel that I just started called Ovevekuve channel. I always do my Ovevekuve videos, I'm above videos, gist videos, not serious matter videos. So I decided to also have a channel for that and just focus on that. Victor Sam, thank you so much also for your kind words. Global World Icon, God bless you too. And by the grace of God, we're going to get the Nigeria that we all are yearning for. Cosmas Oluchi, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And thank you so much. Amen. You're doing a great job. I'm from, oh my goodness, Placid 123 Ogbo. Afewa wa Bilu. So that's somebody from my own village. I mean, it's always a good thing when you see someone who comes from our village, especially we are not that many. We are in the minority and we are always being marginalized. Oh yeah, for the moment my network didn't, and if I was in Nigeria now, my heart for the beat, but I know, hey, here in the UK, and they go fix themselves. Elizabeth Bomodi, thank you so much, and it's a pleasure having you here. You're doing well, says Freddy is a full media technology, having a sense of responsibility like this, what our leaders need. Absolutely. SN Iboro, thank you so much. And thank you so much for your kind words. And so please, let's continue to work on our mindsets, and then also ensure that we don't just let ourselves be, we don't just believe that we can, and we don't self-defeat ourselves. So there's someone here who says, Vitally say, how do you transact business with people? I'm an architectural designer. Okay, so in my own case, so it depends on where, if I knew more, if I had more context when you say that. So in my own case, I'm a trader, I buy and sell. I do distribution. I've been doing business for the last 24 years, my own business, but I've always been in the business environment for over 40 years, because my parents were traders. And then so even before I was 10, I used to stay in the shop. I used to look after the shop. So I've been on that business environment. So what I normally do is buying and selling. So it means you're going to come to meet me in my warehouse or something and I sell. So transacting business with people for me, and that way it's a whole lot easier. You have a place, you have something you're selling that people need, and they come to buy it from you. So I need to understand in what sense that you're transacting that. But I'm a microbiologist, by the way, though I've never worked with my degree. So it's trading. Trading is what I do. And then oh, okay. So yeah, oh, okay, I get it now. Vita is a full payment first, or 70% down, or 50 down. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that so are you the one making the payment first, or the people that are buying from you? The first thing I'm going to tell you is that in this current business environment that we have, giving credit of any sort is it's how do I put it? Can be detrimental. It's not something anybody should do, because the business environment is very dire. And then right now, because of the way inflation has been eating into money, any credit that you give that people don't pay you full on hand, what happens then is that
they probably, when they are paying it, you can't even buy the thing that they bought because prices are changing all, so especially in fast moving goods. So this is something that is happening. I don't do credit in my business. I don't sell on credit. I sell cash. There were times where we used to sell on credit. It's too much problem. People will take your goods, they will not pay, especially for us in the fast moving goods industry where the profit that you make is very small. Most sometimes people find it hard to believe that sometimes you're buying like a bag of rice and your profit is not up to 500 naira or something that you use. There are some things that you buy for like 12,000, 15,000 that you're selling, and your profit is just like 500 naira or 600 naira, sometimes 300 naira. So for us, it's usually the turnover. How many do you sell? So if you're able to sell them in trailer loads, so the more turnover that you do, the more that you get it. So as of this moment, I would say really selling anything on credit is really quite it's not good. It's not at all. And then of course there are some area of market that you're in, you cannot. If I knew what exactly what the kind of business is, I would probably say, okay, let me see how what is it. I look at the circumstances that are around it. The other thing is that if you're going to do businesses where you are is credit based, because there are some businesses that you cannot run away from it, they are usually credit based. For example, maybe those that sell things in office where people are going to buy credit at the end of the month, they will pay some down payments and all of that. In those kind of a thing, what you will do is that you make sure that the money, the profit you're making, for example, if you buy something, it should be by times three. So by the time they are making that first payment, or at least you've gotten your money back, then second or third payment, that's where your profit is, because what you want to have is to have your money back. Ensure that whatever you're selling at the time they are buying it on credit, that you get the capital, what you use to buy it. Even if you don't make a profit here, they can have the profit in the credit that is remaining. So make sure whether it's 50, 70%, make sure they are paying that percentage of what the cost is. So in that way, your vulnerability is a bit limited, so you're not vulnerable all the way through. So that's part of the things that I would advise. Oh, okay, okay. So okay, in your own case, so you're providing a service, you're not providing a good. Is that it? The customer wants to say the word before they pay. I'm designing on a computer and time is no, no, no. There's no how that the customer is saying they want to see the work before you pay, before they pay. There must be a certain amount that is put down before you commit yourself to start working, because time is money. Most times people don't understand how expensive and costly time is, because here we usually don't pay by the hour, so people just do anything. So they can't say until they see the work before they will pay you. Okay, so what did you said you were an architect, right? Your architectural design. No, no, no. They need to pay first. The only people that you could say uh you don't have to wait, maybe you do the work, it's repeat customers that you're already used to. So for example, for our own design, we have some architects we have some that we've been working together with him for the past maybe like almost 20 years. We've been working with him. He designs buildings for us. So like that one, he's not going to be waiting that, oh, we must give him money. The moment it's okay, there's a design there, he has already. So before he be sometime before he's done pay, they will pay him. He knows his payment is going to come in. So in those kind of businesses, so you have to separate them. In those kind of businesses, you don't have to tell them that they must pay. Maybe this is someone that has done work with you maybe 3 times, 4 times. They are, so there's nothing like that. Okay, what do you have? Definitely they're going to pay. For anybody that is coming in newly, at least you must ask for nothing less than 50%. But one of the things that you also, yeah, so 50%, let them know that you will not, your commissioning That's what will even get you to pick up the paper, is they pay 50%. Then when you've done certain work, maybe they add 25%, or when you finish the work, then they balance the 25%. But what you must ensure, Vitalis, is that your work is very good, number one. You must ensure your work is very good. You must ensure that you deliver on time. You must ensure that everything that you do is based on integrity. So in that way, people will be the ones that will be telling other people about you. These things must never negotiate on them. And sometimes if there's anything that is going to make a customer, don't allow any customer leave you feeling bad, even if it means you losing money. Lose money and let the person go feeling good, because what you need is repeat business. You need people to be able to talk to other people when you are not in a room. For example, when people are starting they're going to, oh, I'm looking for an architect, where can I get an architect? You must have people always be there to recommend you and say, if you need somebody that will do the work for you, very good work that is done very well, perfection, look for Vitalis. And then so they get that. And so in doing that, don't be in a hurry to accept everybody as customer. Anybody that is not going to pay at least 50%, it's okay. Even if they want to go, let them go. It's perfectly okay, for them to go. Because sometimes what normally happens with things like people who are doing work like you is that they're so desperate. Oh, I don't want this customer to go. And then sometimes you overtake too many load, you will not be able to deliver. Ensure that you do that. And as you go on, by the time you have quality work, you will then be able to charge more that will compensate for the numbers. So it's not numbers you need a high level customer, because at the end of the day, it's 20% of your customer that will be able to pay 80% of the bill. So why don't you focus on that and be able to give that services to them? Okay, there was someone who was asking a question. I just saw, I think I missed any advice. Okay, Princess, I'm trying to learn how to invest, but I'm not certain what to start with or where to look. I'm just a student. Okay, you're just a student. So the first thing that I would advise you to do is to first of all invest on getting knowledge. Just, for example, whatever money you have, just keep it somewhere for now. Invest on knowledge, pick up books, read about different things, read about properties. Get that book, The Richest Man in Babylon. It talks about basic things so that you get an overall knowledge of what investment is all about. There are different things. I personally, I don't know anything about crypto and forex. Those things are a bit of high risk. If you have enough money, properties are something that are more solid. They might not give you as much money as all those crypto and forex, and you will not lose the way you lose in those, except if you get the ones that are fraudulent. So be very careful of that. The most important thing before you invest is protecting your money. So ensure, if they are telling you that, oh, invest in this thing, you get big amount of money, they are, most of them are MMM. They are fraud. They are 419s. You will end up losing your money. But the biggest thing I would like you to invest in knowledge for now. Get The Richest Man in Babylon. Get Poor Dad, Rich Dad. I think those two books for now, and just take it, because also the Poor Dad, Rich Dad talks about shares and also real estate, although it's talking more of the Western world, the American system, but you can take them basically and put in the Nigerian context towards them. But I'm very glad that you're thinking about investment. This is how you build riches. I don't know how old you are, but in the next 10 years, if you go on this trajectory of saving, investing, and all of that, you would be financially independent. You have enough to take care of your expenses, because as a student you are able to save a lot of, even of what you do. Even when you start working, you can save up to 50, 60, 70% of your salary if you have a good paying job, and then you put it to work and get them to be doing all of these things for you. Okay. um Okay, Princess Era says, I have a question, ma. At what age did you make your first substantial money, and how did you invest it? At what age? I would say probably, um, at what age now? Maybe 29, 30. And believe you me, it was a very small amount of money, 40,000 naira. Oh Lord, have mercy. When I started my second business, uh I got some my first business, I was going to Dubai and selling. I lost everything. That one I didn't make. So just getting, my husband had taken loans and all of that, which we put together and went. But when I talk about making money, I think it was around, I was 29, 30, either 29 or something like that. Yes, I was around, and I made 40,000 naira, and I was so excited. And even up to tomorrow, my husband talks about it because it was during Big Salah. He had traveled home. I didn't have travel home. And then when I did my calculation, I realized I had made up to 40,000 naira. I was like, oh my goodness, yes. Now at least, salary, people who were earning like good job, that was around the amount they were making, my contemporaries that were in working. And so I was like, yes, myself now, I'm like someone who is working and all of that. And then after that, of course, I started making quite a lot, but none of any money I made ever made me feel the way I felt making that first 40,000 naira. And then of course the millions started coming in, and all of that. In trading, you get to make a lot of money, and so it's very important. Business makes you rich, real estate makes you wealthy. It's very important for you to keep investing in real estate. So don't just leave it at the business or alone, or on its own. Because after, sometimes business is always fluctuating. Sometimes it comes down, you're not making anything. Sometimes the business will start up again, and you're making money out of it. Yeah. Mrs. Mokele Mo Maya Ogbo joining for the first. Love you, my Dr. James Akpoka Yoga. Okay, oh my goodness. Oh, how is that? Is Dr. James? My regards to him. It's such a small world. And we met up in Abuja. Yes, it was in Abuja. We did meet up, and also in Lagos during the campaign. So thank you so much. Uche Matthew, thank you. Thanks, Aisha, for this wonderful message. I learned from this guy. God bless him. Thank you. First time here. For those who are first time, thank you so much, everyone. We will be running. Can I read? Yes, of course. The Richest Man in Babylon. That, pick it up. Go and buy it. That's the book that we are currently reviewing. Next week, Sunday, also. Every day we do this 9 p.m. Tomorrow, unfortunately, I'll be traveling. I'll be on transit, so I won't be able to do it. But next tomorrow, by the grace of God, we take off. Then on Sundays, we do book review of The Richest Man in Babylon. That's the book we are currently on, and we're going to start with chapter 2. We did chapter 1 last Sunday. The videos are there anyway, so please read it, and then you come also and tell us how did you see chapter 2, and what are the things that you read from me. Love you too, Johnson. God bless you all. USA Post America, Stephanie, Alexandra, thank you. And thank you, everyone. So we are rounding up now. Henry is watching from Germany. I'm doing great. Okay, Adegbero Sodiq Abeyido, or say who they trust this lady, go cook for your husband, madam. Well, unfortunately, unlike your mother, whose husband has not been able to provide a chef, I actually do have a chef, and it's a chef that cook the food that we eat, and I can tell you the food is really delicious. So say hi to your mom and give her my regards, and tell her that she shouldn't give up on you, that a lot of children have turned their lives around. Vitalis Geraldo, the customer wants to say the word before they pay, and they say, no, no, okay, we've discussed that. No, 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 they must give you something for them to mobilize you to start work. This is your talent, this is your time, and they're very expensive. So if you now start the work now, then they will not say they don't like it, they will move on, or just like that. No, for you to even do anything. So make it like that. I've explained all of those things to you. So everyone, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Please, if you're not following, subscribe. Like I always say, we put out 3 videos daily, and also my other channel is there of Vancouver TV. It will be nice to see you. Subscribe. Thank you. Bye.